Hey, what's going on, champs? I'm Aaron Deliosa. Welcome to an Immigrant's Life podcast, my podcast about immigrants and immigration and everything in between. Thank you for listening and downloading the show, and thank you for supporting my dad.
Welcome back, Immigrant Nation. Another week, another new episode. Next week marks the third anniversary of An Immigrant's Life, and I want to thank you for your constant support. Together, we have embarked on a process of learning and potentially finding ways to start the healing process of some personal trauma. And I'm really proud of that for that accomplishment that we have done here. On a different note, if you haven't already joined our lively social media community, you can find us with the handle at An Immigrant's Life. And feel free to email us at animmigrantslife@yahoo.com with your thoughts, ideas, or if you'd like to join our podcast. And please keep sharing your love wherever you listen to our podcast. Now that we've covered the basics, let's dive into today's episode. Today's podcast episode is about to serve up a powerful dose of inspiration and wisdom. Our guest has not only discovered the secret of pursuing her dreams and finding her true path in life, but also understands the importance of mental well being and maintaining meaningful connections. She's here to share invaluable insight into the art of discovering one's life purpose and achieving your goals through a combination of focus, consistency, and unwavering perseverance. But the wisdom doesn't stop there. Our guests emphasize that in the journey, self-care and nurturing your relationships are just as essential. So get ready to be inspired and motivated as we dive into a conversation that promises to leave you with the tools that you need to pursue your passions and live a fulfilling life while also taking care of your mental health and fostering those cherished bonds. And with those flowery words, without further ado, let's get into the show. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Today's guest is a jeweler that makes beautiful and unique pieces, but she herself is the most unique jewel. Everyone, please welcome Phoebe Quizon.
Hi, thank you for having me here. And my name is Phoebe, and I am a jeweler.
Yeah, I really appreciate that you've agreed doing this. I know you're shy and introverted, and you usually don't do this. That's why I really, really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we move on to the nitty gritty, as they say, why don't you tell the Immigrant Nation where they can reach you or if you want to promote anything?
Well, you can just look me up on my Instagram. It's Phoebe NYC, PHOEBE NYC, and I have a website. It's www.phoebenyc.com.
Where they can
Yes.
find your beautiful jewelry and artwork?
Yes. Oh, I don't post a lot. I cannot because I don't have I work by myself, so I do all the making of the jewelry, designing, taking photos and taking videos and editing. So I wish I have more time to do it, but in the future I will be able to post all of the work that I do.
Yeah, you don't have to make it like super fancy. Like your phone could work, no?
Right. Yes, it does.
But you're doing well with your videos. I've been following you quite a while now, and you're really improving your videos. You're with your like the process of how making the jewelry.
Thank you. I try. I see a lot of tutorials online, so I follow that. I copy that. Like I I look at which works for me and for the work that I do. So it does help. It does help, and I know I need to improve more. But yeah, watching other people's work helps to learn more.
Yeah, that's the best way. You just have to avoid comparing yourself
Yes, yes.
because that's the challenge. You start questioning your process. You start questioning am I doing it right? Am I doing it? Is this is the right way to do it?
Right, right.
Let's give the listeners some background to you. Born and grew up in Batangas, Philippines.
Yes, I was born in Lipa City, Batangas, and
Beautiful city, by the way.
yes, thank you. I grew up, um, well, I studied there until and grew up until when I was 21,
Hmm.
until college. I finished college in the Philippines, and then I moved to Israel.
You moved to Israel.
Yes,
How?
my mom worked there
Okay.
she was a caregiver. She was working there for like around 15 years
Wow.
before I moved there.
Mm.
So I wanted to be with her, and I wanted to try working in a different country.
Yeah. Batangas is famous for being the land of the smiths, the blacksmith, the pandays, which is makes so much sense that you are a female blacksmith. Is that was that in your consciousness when you went into jewelry making?
Well, yes. When I was young, actually, there's a lot of knives around my around me. You can see it everywhere. The balisong,
Mm-hmm.
and then the itak,
Mm-hmm.
and then the karit. Karit, I don't know if you know what karit
It's
means.
a
It's
sickle.
like a yeah. It's a sickle, and I use it even when I was young, and I'm always amazed about these things, how it's made, how it's worked, so how it works. So I it this and together with us Filipinos being like a tinker, we
Mm-hmm.
always work with our hands. So that's how I grew up, like learning, being curious about how things work, how this knives and balisons are being made. I used to separate them to
Mm.
break them apart when I was young, and then try to put them together. So those are the things that uh, inspired me and
Mm.
shaped me also to
Yes.
be a jeweler.
Was there a blacksmith in the family?
And no, not at all. But
Well, who owns the
just
balisongs?
who owns?
Yeah, like the
Oh
balisong
my,
that you were fooling around.
well, it's my uncles. Like everybody has
Hmm.
balisong
Yeah,
in, but no,
Batangueños.
like yes, especially when I'm not sure now, but long time ago, like when I was in the Philippines, like
Hmm.
20 years ago, or when younger, like you can see balisong everywhere,
Mm.
everywhere. And then yeah, Lemery, Batangas, it's the place where there are pandays everywhere. We go
Mm.
to Lemery, Batangas, you can see people, shops like with like kubo,
Hmm.
and then those are the places where you can see people making balisong and sell
Yeah.
balisong.
By the way, for the listeners that doesn't know what balisong is, it's called a butterfly knife. It's
Mhm.
the knife that you open up, and then there's a knife, and and where Phoebe's from, it's like it was invented there.
Yes,
No
yes,
one knew who
it
invented
was.
it, right?
Oh, no one knew.
Yeah, no one knew.
It wasn't under history.
Well, the Spanish burned that history quick.
I was going to put that, but I am not sure about it too. So I'm trying to to limit what I
Oh, that's okay.
especially if I don't know, if I'm not sure about it. But what I heard, what I learned before, what I read was the Spanish brought it in the Philippines.
They brought it to the Philippines. No, I don't think so. Because Spain doesn't have it.
Right now.
You know what I mean? Like they don't have
Mhm.
a at least that I know of. Like I've never seen something that they have that is the same. I think it's very unique in the Philippines, balisong.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. Especially in Batangas. It's like the only place where you can really see the real ones. I mean,
Mm.
right now, if you're going to see other balisongs, it's different from the ones that you will see in Batangas long time ago.
Mm.
In the before it like the how do you call this?
The handle?
The handles, it has different like decorations now. Before it was
Yes.
like the Carabao tusks. That's what they used before, or
Yeah.
just basically the metal. But now they use different
Yeah.
decorations on it.
Yeah, my dad had one. I remember I think it was the handle was made of kamagong, and then there's two pearl dots.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes,
also
yes,
I've seen ones that are the handles are metal, which
yes,
I think
yes.
that's a newer one because they don't have money for that metal. It's too expensive to
Yeah,
make, you
too
know.
much. Like yeah, too heavy to use that.
What made you decide to get into jewelry?
Well, when I came to New York 2011, I was thinking of uh, like I was trying to find myself. Like
Hmm.
I don't know what am I going to do here. I was like searching, like I don't know what job is is am I going to be good for.
Hmm.
Um, I went to a lot of different schools here in New York, community colleges. And I feel like, being here is like everything is fast paced, but I I was teaching. I was working in school
Hmm.
and I was teaching and I felt like it was being around with a lot of people was too stressful for me.
Hmm.
And I was trying to find something that I would like to be working with my hands because that's something I like to do,
Hmm.
working with my hands. And being from the Philippines, you know, people like us Filipinos are very creative. We are very crafty. We learn a lot of making stuff. So I, at first, I thought I wanted to do wood carving. I wanted to learn wood carving, but the school was really far. It was in Maine, so I said, um, maybe I should try to do working with metals since the balisong, and I like looking at things. So I look for a jewelry school in 2012 to take short classes, and then after I learned like a metal smithing, like the basic one, I fell in love with it. I started keep making jewelry, and yeah, that like just being by myself, working by myself, sitting in a room, making just creating stuff, making things that I like and what people love too. It's like I always see a lot of people wearing jewelry, and that inspires me to jewelry that I cannot afford, especially that inspired me to make to say to learn to to be in the class jewelry industry. Yeah, I
That's
mean I didn't have family who I don't have family who's in the jewelry industry. So um I try to find a way how to be there, to
get into the
be to
business.
get in. Yeah, so I went to school, and then yeah, after that it just started as a hobby because of course I like jewelry. I like tinkering, making stuff. And then after like 2016, I decided to take the whole class of the whole process.
How long is that?
It's about maybe 8 months,
Not bad.
around 8 months. I took the take the trade jewelry making in trade school, and then yeah, like after that I started making the whole process from the beginning, like carving. Since before I wanted to do wood carving, and I couldn't learn that because it was far from me. Then I learned that jewelry making you can carve also, but small pieces. So that was a good option for me since I love to carve stuff.
Yeah. When you make, you just recently posted that wedding band, which is
Hmm.
gorgeous. Great job.
Thank you.
Does it hurt your fingers when you're like doing the details?
No, 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 no. Actually, it doesn't. It's the wax is soft, so it's like a candle.
Mm.
So the hard part, the thing that hurts my finger is when it's metal already, because I need to grind it to use files, like
Yeah.
big files or some small files, but still it touches your finger when you're filing the actual metal of the
Yeah.
jewelry.
So you said you wanted to be with mom, right? And you know Filipino moms, they're like, if you want to do a career, it's gotta be a nurse or it's gotta be, the normal, the safe path.
Mhm.
How did she take it when you announced to her like I would like to be a jeweler?
Well, actually, my mom is like a really cool person. She just give me the freedom that like me like to whatever I want to choose as a career for myself. She's fine with it. She's always proud of and support me of what I chose to do. Um, I graduated college already in the Philippines, so for her, it's like
You get your ticket.
she's yes. So she's okay with the the me being a jeweler. At first, like when I was talking to her when I just came here, um, she would give me that idea sometimes, like maybe you can take be a nurse, something like that, or um a physical therapist. Oh, physical therapist was my option since it was in the medical field also, but I thought that it wasn't really for me. So my mom was like, okay, like you have your freedom to choose whatever you think you will be happy. As long as you're happy, then you should do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so my mom is really cool about it.
Awesome. Shout out to mom. What's mom's name?
My mom's name is Lourdes.
I love that name, Lourdes. Love it. Like
Thank
the
you.
like the Mary, Saint
Yes,
Mary of Lourdes.
yes.
Is she religious?
Um, Not so much. Like she's okay.
Yeah, just like my mom, it's the same thing. Like, of course, she does the rosary once in a while, but
Yes,
not really like
yes,
I'm going to church every Sunday.
yes, yes, yes. She doesn't go to church every Sunday. She goes like sometimes. And for her, it's like, she prays every day at home. So
That's good
that's
enough.
good enough for her.
Mom lives with you, or is she in the States?
No, my mom is in the Philippines.
Mm.
She used to live in Israel, and then after she retired, she moved back to the Philippines to take care of my sister's children. But she's
Basic.
gonna be here soon.
Oh yeah, you're trying to bring her.
Yes, yes. I actually just submitted my application.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Are you a green card holder now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a citizen. I'm a passport
Okay.
holder.
Okay,
Yes.
that's it. Oh, you got that green card, like that green mint green, like when you go back home, you'll be like, hey, I'm not Filipino, I'm American.
Actually, I went to the Philippines March, and
Hmm.
of course, I didn't have the Filipino passport. I only have the American passport, and I didn't know that I have to have a return ticket if I don't have the Filipino passport.
Okay.
So they held me at the airport.
No, how long?
Yeah, no, not for long. They just told me like you have to show us that I have a ticket coming back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like you're gonna stay in the Philippines forever over the States. Get out of
No.
here, dude. I left here. There's a reason why I left.
This was no, this was here in JFK at the airport in America in New York.
Also, you were leaving. They asked you for your return ticket?
Yes, they said. Well, what they told me that you can't. They're not gonna let you in if you don't have the return ticket. So,
Why did you not have a return ticket anyway?
well, my grandma passed away at that time, so I
Oh,
bought
sorry
the
to hear that.
ticket. So I bought the ticket like the day, the next day, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna buy the ticket going back and then going there and then coming back. I'll see how long I'm gonna stay.
Do you mind talking about Lola?
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What was her name?
My grandma's name is Linda.
Linda. Oh, it means
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
I like it. Um, I'm assuming you're close to her, or was close to her.
Very, very.
Yeah.
She's so my mom was working abroad my
Hmm.
whole like most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my grandma who raised me, which is like,
Typical.
usual. Yes, my grandma raised me and until from when I was 7
Hmm.
until I left Philippines,
Same here.
21.
I think, was it 8? I was 8 when I moved in with my grandma. And grandma,
So it's almost the same.
yeah, grandma was the mom, you know.
Yes, yes.
My grandma passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that too.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, but we couldn't go home. It was COVID.
no, okay, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
was the hard part.
yeah.
Like
But to be honest, I
COVID.
didn't even want to go home. I didn't want to see her.
It was, yeah. I mean, I understand that part too.
Yeah. But for you, why was it important for you to go home and see her one more time?
Well, actually, I thought, I was gonna make it while she's in the hospital,
Hmm.
but sadly, I didn't. Like, I wanted to, there's a lot of things like when you're you move to a different country,
Hmm.
um, and then I was really busy with everything I do at work, living here. Basically, every day I was working, and I didn't have much time to, reconnect with my grandma to talk about my everyday life,
Yeah.
everything that I do, everything, because of course, she's always on my mind all the time. Like everything I do here is uh she's part of like my dream to to help. And because of me being busy working here,
Hmm.
I didn't have much time, to talk to her all the time, especially the time difference. And at that time, I really, really just want to hug her.
Hmm.
So, so yeah, that was one of the reason. And I thought that maybe, I'm going to tell her about all my dreams. Like, I mature, I grew up, like how different I was when I was young comparing to how I am now. And like, I wanted to tell her about everything, like my dreams that she's included with it. But I thought I'm gonna make it, but mm, yeah, it didn't. I didn't, but that's part of life, I guess. Living far away.
Yeah. Do you feel guilty that you didn't connect to her as much as you could have had done?
Yes, yes, I do. So, I still think about it every day. Like, I wish I called her, call her every day,
Hmm.
like every day, like put even just 10, no, not 10 minutes, but like, just 30 minutes a day to talk to her, ask her how she was. Thinking like, that especially she's old. For I thought, she's gonna be living for a long, long, long time. I did not expect that, it was so sudden. But I wished that um I call her every day and
Yeah.
just or now FaceTime
Hmm.
video.
Yeah.
There was the time before it happens, few months before it happened, um my grandma added me on Facebook.
No
It was
way.
few months before that happened. Like I said, who is this? Is this my aunt? Or is this my cousin? They made Facebook for my grandma, and I didn't know that it was really her. I mean, my maybe my aunt or my cousin made the Facebook, but
Hmm.
they were teaching her.
Hmm.
So if I knew that it was really her using the Facebook on her phone, I could have called her all the time through Messenger, like
Yeah.
the video. But yeah, I didn't. Like I was always just thinking about work, work, work. I need to pay this, pay that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I think about every day now. I wish I could.
What was your favorite memory of grandma?
Um, my favorite memory was just like she goes to school to take care of everything I have, like everything that I do, like graduating until college. She was the one who walked me in the stage. She was the one like I have to pay this, I have to pay that, or there's meeting or like a lot of everything in school. She was there. Like I was always excited that she's gonna come,
Oh.
and and yeah, she never failed. Like everything that I had with her, going to market, like in the Philippines, there's the wet market,
Mm-hmm.
the palenque, and I I always go with her. That's my time with her. Like I like shopping with her, buying vegetables and meat, and yeah, that's like
Yeah.
something that I always think about that I miss.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too when my grandma used to bring me to the palenque. But as soon as I got older, like it's not cool anymore to hang out with grandma because dudes, I want with the
Yeah.
girls. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, rest in peace, Lola.
Yeah.
I hope she's chilling.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah, let's shift gears a little bit. I saw one of your creation is a Tau Gamma ring, which
Mhm.
is a fraternity in the Philippines. Are you a member of this group or fraternity?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, right now is the anniversary
Oh,
of the
sweet.
Tau Gamma. So, whoever is listening, I mean, salute and happy anniversary to all my brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, when I was in college in the Philippines, I became a member, like, and it was a good experience. It's part of being college, and then I carried it until now. And this one, the Tau Gamma ring, is symbolizes that I still I am part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a Sigma,
Sigma,
they
yeah.
call.
So was that because in the Philippines there's a negative connotation about fraternities. It's
Mhm.
like troublemakers or fight. But Tau Gamma has been like established. It's like one of the oldest fraternity in the Philippines. Was it an issue growing up when you joined the Tau Gamma fraternity?
Fraternity. Um, no, not really. I was really the way I lived was really free.
Young and
Uh, all
wild.
my friends were all my friends were like the reason why I become a member is because of all my friends. They recruited me. Everyone, we were almost at the same age, the same
Hmm.
era at that time. Everybody has their own group fraternity. So for me, well, my mom is my sister.
No way. Yeah.
Yes,
Mom too?
yes, yes,
Amazing. That's
yes.
cool. The ring, did you make it for someone else or you made it for yourself?
No, I made it for everybody. Like, I made it for myself.
Hmm.
And then I make it for like, me being as a member. I made it last year for the anniversary also.
That's cool,
So yes.
man. That's amazing.
That's good that we talk about it now. It's today is the anniversary.
That's amazing. Um, so you mentioned that you make customized rings and jewelry.
Mhm.
Do you like making them or do you prefer just making something out of your creative mind, and then presenting it to your customer or your clients?
The good thing about the clients that I have, I really like that when they chose me, they will give me their ideas, what they want, and then they will give me the freedom to put my own mind
Yeah.
design on it. So that's what I really like. I don't like they trust me to do what they want. Like
Mm.
they will tell me, I want this flower. I want this is what it symbolizes. But you just like I trust your creativity. Just um do what you think looks good on it, and then um they always trust me. But for me, I will put what I think is matches or what's possible for the design. And I always ask the client, like, would this work for you? Do you like this? And what I like about it is like they trust me with it.
Definitely.
And I'm thankful for that.
Oh, 100%. You mentioned making balisong and the sampaguita flower. How do you scale them? Because balisong is big. How do you make them smaller to be jewelry?
Oh no, I draw it by myself.
Oh, so you
So
have to draw it. Okay.
well, the thing about me is sometimes, well, not sometimes, but usually I just look on pictures,
Okay.
and then sometimes I just carve it right away without drawing. But
So you look at
if
it and then you just carve it freestyle?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So when you look at the wax, also the size of the wax, you can make it on every sizes. I didn't have to scale it. Like depends on the wax, what's the size of the wax that I have, especially if I'm making it for myself as my design. Yeah.
So you work for a company that makes jewelry, right? And then you
Mhm.
you have your own thing.
Mhm.
Does the company ever tells you that, hey, you cannot make the design because we would like to make the design?
Oh, so this since now we're talking about the companies that I work for, usually they have their own design. I leave it to them, companies, like those jewelry companies, because working for different companies, um we have this like limitations
Hmm.
of it's their design, like they're gonna it's gonna be followed. I
Okay.
will only tell them what is possible and what is not possible.
Hmm.
But for my clients, it's different. So
Okay.
there's a difference. For my clients personally, it's different. Like they trust me to do what they want, and
Hmm.
I make it for them.
Yeah.
And then for the jewelry companies that I do work for, they have their own design that I will just make.
Yeah, makes sense. How long does it
Mhm.
take to for a piece? Like, let's say, I don't know, like the Taogama ring. How long does that take?
Well, it will take like 24 hours, let's say, like, or 2 days
From
to,
from 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 your mind to like fully made. 2 days?
no, just a carving.
Okay.
For to have it fully made, since that's carving, and then that's made from wax model
Mm.
to casted metal, it will take maybe like one, or just working it straight, because usually I don't cast my own
Mm.
stuff. I send it to casting company, which means like after I make the wax mold or the wax design, they melt it, and
Mm.
then like make a mold out of it and melt the gold or silver. And I don't have a big machine for that, so I send it to
Okay.
big casting company to do that for me. So it takes like putting it all together maybe like a week.
A week, yeah, makes sense. Man,
Yeah.
that will take me 100 years. By the way, I'll be like, I don't know what to do, man.
It's
Which
just, but if I'm going to work straight on it, like make the how do you call that, the model. I will make the model today until tomorrow, and then or after 2 days it's like I'm counting straight. But usually if I'm going to divide my time like 8 hours, and then dividing the time of sending it to the casting company, usually it will take 2 to 3 weeks. Yes,
okay,
like it's not
yeah.
like I was counting at making it straight, like envisioning. But if it's gonna take like, because casting it, you have to wait for a certain time for it to get settled in the
Mm.
mold. So you have to wait until tomorrow. I didn't put that out.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of making a piece?
Um, the beginning, the
Mm.
the beginning, and then the end. Because the beginning is like when you start from nothing,
Mm.
from like from just a piece of metal or a piece of wax that you're going to create on something. And then the end part is when it's fully polished, you will see that, oh shit, this is what I did. This is
Yeah.
what I did from nothing, or from a piece of wax or a piece of metal sheet. So that's the most exciting part for me, the beginning and the end.
I
I mean,
love that.
the middle process is just, like just perfecting it and cleaning it and taking out the dirt and taking out the excess metal.
Mm, yeah. You make beautiful creations, but
Thank
do you still have moments of doubt about your ability and your creations?
um yes, I do. I actually always think that I could learn more. Um when I make something, there are things that I'm thinking about that I wish I know what is the perfect or best way to do this certain part without struggling, or without um thinking about what can I do with this? How can I make it faster? How can I make it easier? And those part are the ones that I always think about. Like, it's every day, it's a learning experience. Even if we know a lot, even if I know many things, I learn, I have to learn something all the time from making every piece, especially if it's a new design. Because usually, sometimes you make the same ring every day, you know how to do it, like you know how to make it fast, you know what the tools you need, what the tools you will use to clean it or make it. But if it's always a new design from a client that wants a custom, you're going to think about, like, I wish I know how to do a certain technique or a certain tool to use it for, like those kind of stuff.
Beautiful. Speaking of techniques, do you have a mentor that teaches you or the ways?
Mentor?
Yeah.
Actually, I learned a lot by myself. Like, for example, I learned from school the basics, and then every day I learn by myself. I don't have a mentor, but I started learning something from one of the jewelry company that I worked for. He's a Filipino also. The only Filipino that I know that does the same thing like me, or he does better. He does like way much top of the line jewelry. He teach me a lot of things, but it's for his design.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
I had a former guest. He does jewelry as well here in
Mm.
Montreal. And guess what? He's from
Oh.
Batangas too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
That's a
Alan
Philippine.
Matudio, he's
Yes.
cool. He actually
Oh.
made this necklace of the baybayin ka, the symbol ka,
Oh, I
and he
see.
made it like a necklace, all connected. It's so cool.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think he focuses more on necklaces though. I've seen him does ring, but I think he focused more on necklaces. You focus more on rings, right? Or you?
I work a lot on different stuff.
Okay,
Since I have different companies that I work for
okay.
and clients, so I focus on a lot of different stuff. Like for rings, it's for myself, for my brand. Yeah, I thought making a ring out of no, making a character or a specific design would be cool on the finger. So yeah, I I do on a ring too, and it's like
Beautiful.
a cool way. Like it's more complicated. Making the rings is more complicated when you're making the design of the faces or the design or character. So
How do you balance being an artist and being your own marketer?
that's the hard part for me. Um, I work more um, on making, on creating. So being a marketer was like difficult for me. I need to work on it better because like posting it on social media is part of marketing also. And I know I lack on doing that. I try to follow what is the norm, like post at this hour. So what I'm going to do is at night before I go to bed, when I have time, I will schedule the posting at the Instagram, and then just do it ahead of time. So that's the only way I can do my marketing.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. Creating is the fun part.
Yes.
You know,
The
especially
marketing is the difficult part.
especially you being an introvert.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I learned, like since I know that I need to improve more on my marketing skills and communicating with people, um, I learned about doing pop-up events.
Mm.
So since I don't go out a lot, I don't socialize a lot, I thought doing pop-up events will help me to socialize and market my stuff at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that almost every weekend, but now I'm taking a rest because it's too much for me. But that's my way of marketing, which really, really does help on since I'm not really good on marketing every day. But if I do pop up events, talking to people, meeting people, and showing that you exist and showing what you do is a good way of the marketing myself and getting customers, and at the same time learning how to socialize and talk to people. Because if you do like join pop-up events and art fairs and art markets, you meet a lot of people, and I cannot just stand there and smile. So I have to force myself to talk and tell them what I do, what are these stuff, what are these jewelries, how
Mm-hmm.
it's made. So it does help. So that's the only marketing that I do. No, not only, of course, Instagram too, but
Yeah.
that one way is really good, like joining pop-up events, art markets, art
Yeah.
fairs.
That's funny because you're a complete package. You got the skills, you got the products. You're pretty,
Thank
you know.
you. Thank
It's
you.
just you need to speak up, and that's the hardest part, you know.
Well, sometimes before I would run when I'm not really, but in the jewelry industry, sometimes somebody will recognize me in the diamond district because I work there,
Mm.
and somebody will tell me you're Phoebe NYC. I mean, and I said hi, and then I'm gonna run away because I don't know what I'm sweating like crazy.
Why are you so scared of interaction?
I'm not sure.
Were you
I
always
wasn't
been
like
like
this.
that?
No, I wasn't. I was like very outgoing and friendly before, like long time ago, but I don't know. Well, I wasn't really friendly. I was outgoing
Mm.
with the people who are outgoing, like my friends they were the outgoing ones, and I was just tagging along. But I
Mm.
usually, the Filipino gatherings, like, everybody's going to sing karaoke and drink all night, and I'm that one person sitting in the corner and eating lumpia. And I'm that. But meeting new people for me is that was the hard part
That's so
for me.
weird because you're the one who decided, what, I'm gonna move to a different country. You moved to Israel, and then you said, I'm moving to the States. You moved to the States. Those are you need cajones for that.
I know, I know.
It's just
I think it's just like when I think I have to. I'm pushing myself. Like I know my responsibility. I know I need to do this. I need to do something to make myself grow, or especially like like this. I know
mm,
that this will help me. Interview, a podcast interview will help me to with a lot of things in myself, and of
mhm.
course I will be able to experience this also and to contribute to your cause. Then I will do it.
I
I push
appreciate it.
myself.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
But yeah, I mean, I know. But, okay, what advice would you offer to our listeners who are considering to do a non-traditional path like you?
um I think just know what you want and focus on it. Like if you think you're really, really good at something, focus on it, focus on yourself, and don't listen to other what people are telling you. Oh, being this person or studying this will help you, will make you rich, or you're going to make a lot of money. I feel like it didn't work for me. I focus on myself that I want to make something. I want out of my hand. That's what I'm good at.
Mm.
I want to do art, and I came to making jewelry. And I know being a jeweler here in America is a big competition,
Mm.
but I know I can be good at it.
Mm.
So I focus on it. I keep working every day. I stay consistent. So, and I believe in myself that I can do it. So
Mm.
now I get jobs. I get clients. I mean, not a lot, but I get jobs. I get clients, and I think I'm getting better on what I do. So I think people should just l- learn how to focus on what they know, what they think they're good at,
Mm.
and be consistent with it. Keep doing it and
Mm.
don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop. It will be good. Don't give up.
Are you
I
happy?
think that's the best. I'm very happy with what I do with
Mm.
making jewelry. This is something that I'm passionate about. I even if I'm going to sleep, this is making jewelry is what I'm thinking.
You're obsessed.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, I'm obsessed with it.
I love it.
Yeah, before I try to find what I wanted to do
Mm.
in my life, what career I want to do here in America when I moved. Um, a lot of course, I talk to a lot of people. I try to see what people does, and of course, us being Filipino, being a nurse is very popular. I
Mm.
tried to do that, but I feel like I don't belong there. That's not something I wanted to do.
Mm.
So, and then also, it's very competitive also. And then the fashion industry and jewelry industry is included in that was very competitive. I balanced it. I look at myself, which one I'm going to excel at, which one I think I will be good at, that I can put myself in there and don't stop. And I chose the jewelry because I know my hand is like I do everything. So I focus on that.
Mm.
Like I try to put myself in there. I learn, and then that's the only thing I focus on. And then I became obsessed with
I love it. I love it.
it.
Looking ahead, what are your aspirations and goals for the future, both in your art and your career?
I just want to um have my own company that I don't have to work for anybody.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't really have like big dreams, but since I have my my job is as a jeweler is what I dream about.
Mm.
I just want to have my own store shop that I'm gonna stay there and work every day until I go to sleep and not going out.
Not going out.
I'm sorry, I know. But I mean not working for other bigger companies.
Yeah.
So I just want to have my own store shop, and I also want to take my company to the Philippines,
Oh yeah. I love
because
that.
I know that one of my dreams also that I'm thinking is I wish I can go to the Philippines and teach people like to make jewelry. So yeah.
That's a
That's
great
one of the
idea.
things. That's one of the things I wanted to do, since a lot
Mhm.
of people asking me, like, can you teach me? And I know it will help a lot of Filipino people to learn this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Listen, Phoebe, I think we're there. Before we say bye or we close out, do you have any last remarks? Anything to say?
Just thank you. I hope I was able to say to answer your questions. I'm not sure.
You were perfect.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell the listeners where they can reach you and tell your website and Instagram again?
Yes, just my Instagram is Phoebe NYC, PhoebeNYC,
Mhm.
and then you can message me or follow me. And I post most of my work on my stories. And then my website is www.phoebenyc.com. So if you guys want, or if you guys just have any question about how to make jewelry, or is this diamond ring works for my girlfriend? Yeah, I can answer you like those
Perfect.
kind of questions.
I love it. Perfect. Again, Phoebe, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Again, Phoebe, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, listeners, for listening. This is Aaron Deliosa for An Immigrant's Life. I'll see you guys next week.